Morning, everybody. I am incredibly excited to be here today to talk with you a little bit. I am joined today by some members of our leadership team that are going to share updates about what has happened during the first half of the year and what is to come. I'm a huge sports fan, a huge Panthers fan. And like any sports, especially football, halftime is the most important part of the game, right? That's when we're going back to the room, we're talking, we're making adjustments, looking at what has worked incredibly well and what we need to work on in the future. And so that's exactly where we are right here in CMS. We will continue to evaluate the work that we've done and do everything that we need to do on behalf of children. We here at CMS are a team of very highly qualified, hardworking individuals who are committed to the mission of creating an innovative and inclusive student-centered environment that supports the development of independent learners. In order to accomplish this goal, we will lead the way by charting a pathway of endless possibilities for our students and employees through a connected ecosystem of families, community, and organizations, both public and private. We are serving more than 141,000 students across Mecklenburg County, and CMS is the 17th largest school district in the nation and the second in North Carolina. Our enrollment reflects the diversity of this community and come from 175 countries and speak over 209 languages. Our commitment to fulfilling our mission is evident through various educational offerings and achievements, and we celebrate the first half of the year. So we had our out-of-school tutoring time that launched to provide students with additional instructional support after hours at no charge to students and families. At the end of this month, we will expand that program to include an additional 21 schools. We also have a fantastic partnership with Atrium Health and Bank of America, and we launched our Meaningful Medicine program that was established in 20 CMS schools, and it is growing. The program offers in-school virtual healthcare services created to address the healthcare disparities in our community and allow students to attend doctor's appointments during the school day. We know how precious it is for students to be in school, and this program allows students to stay in school, receive the health care that they need so they can go back to their classes. Prior to the start of this school year, we launched what has been proven to be an invaluable partnership. We have a great partnership with Duke Energy's $8.2 million customers for our holidays. I apologize. That is our connectivity with 8.2 million customers for the holidays. Allenbrook Elementary School Principal Kimberly Vaught was featured in the December edition of the District Administrator. This is a National Leadership Series features, and she was lauded as the go-to principal for school turnaround for her work, improving the school's grade from an F to just shy of a B. In November, 12 CMS high schools participated in the inaugural Varsity Esports STEM League. Of the 500 students registered, 100 were selected to play thanks to our partnership with Stiegler. Paw Creek Elementary Principal Danielle Belton was named the district's 2022-23 Principal of the Year. Her school was also featured in the Duke Energy recipe book, The Grassroots Garden. Providence High School's baseball earned the title of 4A state champions and were recognized during the Charlotte City Council business meeting. Nancy Bullard, a K-5 teacher at Huntingtown Farms Elementary, was named Charlottean of the Year by Charlotte Magazine for her innovative use of social media to engage and enhance the learning during the pandemic. Using TikTok as her platform, she shared science experiments with students, igniting a passion for science education across the globe. And finally, we launched our new website for our school and our district to provide families and staff and community online experience that is compared to no other. While there are many things to celebrate from last semester, there is much work to be done to ensure the success of our students. Since the return from winter break, I've had the privilege of visiting 9 schools, attending the principals meeting, working collaboratively with our Board of Education, meeting with our Parent-Teacher Association, and much, much more. From the outside, there is only so much that one can ascertain about the happenings of our school. But after the eventful last 2 weeks, I am confident in saying that as a district, we are well positioned for greatness. We have such amazing students in our district. I've had the opportunity to interact with them. They are kind, they are loving, they are leaders, they are destined for greatness. And they will be wonderful here in Charlotte and beyond. In addition to exceptional students, we have strong leaders and teachers in our schools. As we approach the second and most important half of the game, I am both humbled and honored to lead this team as interim superintendent. I don't take this role lightly, and it's my goal to lead with integrity and make decisions that are in the very best interest of students, our community, as well as our parents. I now invite Dr. Condra Rattley, who is the Chief Equity and School Performance Officer, to share academic updates.
Good morning. We kicked off the school year with you all in August, and it was game on. And now as we approach the last 2 quarters of the year, as Dr. Hill has suggested, it's halftime. What does that mean? Teaching and learning remains a top priority. Our school leaders are preparing to conduct mid-year checkpoints to gauge student progress toward goal, as well as teacher performance. And overall, in our quest to finish strong for students this year, school teams review their school improvement plans and ensure their actions are aligned to ensure student success by the end of the year. We do ask parents to continue to send your children to school daily. Check in with teachers to find out about supplemental supports, and encourage your children to do the very best they can each and every day. Our end of semester exams for secondary students begins January 18th. Attendance is required for all students. We need students to arrive on time, well rested, and prepared to do the best they can on those exams. And of course, to celebrate our students for whom the second semester or the end of the first semester is the end of their finish line, we will have mid-year graduations on Thursday, February 2nd at Bojangles Coliseum. The end-of-year graduation schedule has also been finalized, and high school principals have those schedules in their hands. As we prepare to shift for the second half of this year, believe it or not, we're also getting ready and geared up for next year as well. And with that, our 2023-24 annual choice application lottery period opens January 16th at 6 a.m. The lottery runs through 10 p.m. each day, and it will end February 13th. Families that are seeking to opt into magnet schools or transfer back to their home schools next year can do so by utilizing our lottery process. We are excited to provide new options, such as our PACE, which stands for Personalized Academic Command of English School, and the Aviation Academy at E.E. Waddell. Additionally, our Montessori program at Lincoln Heights, and the Early College program at Central Piedmont's Central Campus. Specific details about choice options and how to participate in our lottery program can be found via the CMS website. Our CMS Choice Magnet Fair will take place on February 4th from 10 to 2 at the Innovation Park, which is located on IBM Drive in Charlotte. Finally, pre-K enrollment for next school year is underway. The pre-K years, as we know, are a crucial time for children's development of social, emotional, and cognitive skills. Our district has already begun accepting pre-K applications for next year, and interested families can apply by going to our CMS website under the Parent and Students tab. If families are interested in enrolling students in pre-K this year, seats are still available. At this point in time, we'll transition to Dr. Cotrain Penn, who will provide health updates.
Good morning. CMS continues to work closely with Mecklenburg County Health Department to monitor and mitigate the impact of COVID-19 and other respiratory viruses on our schools and on our community. It is important to note, though, that last week, the community spread level for COVID-19 was increased to high, and we continue to be high at this point in time. CMS works with the county and CDC to follow their guidance for recommendations to mitigate COVID-19. At this time, those recommendations include wearing a high-quality mask indoors, and if you're at high risk for illness, avoiding indoor activities that are non-essential where the likelihood of exposure is higher. We also do ask that people continue to get vaccinated for cold and flu and get tested, and likewise stay at home if sick. At this point in time, the CDC recommendations are once one tests positive to remain home and isolated for 5 days or until the symptoms of the virus have dissipated, and then to continue to wear a mask for 5 additional days. And with that, I'll throw to Brian Schutlz, who is our Chief Operating Officer.
Thanks, Dr. Penn. If you didn't notice, I'm the thorn between two roses up here. So I'm here to give you an update on our school's operations, specifically regarding school safety and the implementation of new measures to ensure the safety of our students and staff. As we all know, the safety and well-being of our students and staff is of utmost importance. That's why we've implemented a number of layered safety measures to ensure that everyone on campus feels safe and secure while they're here. These measures include the vigilance of our staff and students, and that does involve mass trainings, safety plans, drills, and various emergency situations, community sessions to discuss safety, a camera and buzz-in system, security cameras, campus security associates, fencing, lobby guard, identification badges, and collaboration with our local law enforcement officials. One of the key measures we have recently implemented in the installation of weapon detection systems in 68 of our schools. So we've recently completed the installation at our K-8 and middle schools. These systems are designed to detect the presence of weapons and alert our security team immediately, allowing us to respond quickly and effectively to any potential threat. During the first semester of this school year, over 4 million times people have passed through our scanners. And to put that into perspective, so 4 million, and to date, we have found only 2 firearms. That's 20 less than this time last year. And to say that another way, that's 7,300 student days of learning that we've claimed back from students that lost that last year due to a firearm. We have also been granted $2.8 million to upgrade our camera systems, implement a badge and camera integration pilot program, and provide emergency medical supplies and response kits. To further ensure the safety of our students and staff, we have formed a CMS safety work group. The work group is focused on 4 key areas: prevention, community engagement and grants, safety data and analysis, and student and staff wellness. The work group will assist in understanding the impact of our safety initiatives and identify areas for improvement. Currently, we are in the midst of a comprehensive review process and have begun phase 2. This includes community engagement sessions, which will take place over the next 3 weeks. The first session will take place on Wednesday, January 18th at 7 o'clock at North Mecklenburg High School. The remaining locations and dates will be accessible from our district's homepage. In addition to safety measures and the comprehensive review, we are also working on a relief plan for this area, the South Charlotte area. We understand the importance of addressing the needs of our South Charlotte community, and we are exploring alternatives for how and when students will be assigned to relief schools, and a delay in the process to allow inclusion of the relief middle school and for further community engagement in consideration of the feedback we have already received. Lastly, we're pleased to announce the launch of express stops for identified middle and high school magnet programs in the upcoming 23-24 school year. The express stop service will pick up students at a high school or identified stop that is within 2 to 3 miles from home, allowing for choice and reduced ride time, improving our overall customer service across the district. We understand the importance of keeping our students and staff safe, and we are committed to continuing to working together. We welcome your participation and feedback in our upcoming community engagement sessions and look forward to making our schools the safest and most secure places for our students to learn and grow. And with that, I'll turn it over to Christine Pejot, who is our Chief Human Resource Officer.
Good morning, and thank you, Brian. I love all the football analogies, but I'm just not really a football girl. I'm a baseball girl. Go Providence Panthers. So I really want to talk about recruitment and retention, and we are really going, you're going to have to bear with me, extra innings and going knock it out of the park on all of our advancements with trying to recruit and retain top-notch talent. One of the things that we're very excited about is a new student teacher sign-on bonus. So CMS is paying $10,000. That's a $10,000 sign-on bonus to student teachers who complete their student teaching requirement at CMS and then go on to commit to becoming a full-time teacher with CMS. We are also paying $7,500 to student teachers from any other district. So if they're performing their internship in other districts and they're from other colleges and universities within Charlotte Metro or across the country, we are paying them a $7,500 sign-on bonus to come and teach with us at CMS. So we've already issued a number of guaranteed contracts for student teachers that are going to be starting that actually have already started as early as this month, and also for the upcoming school year in August. Some other things that we're really focused on are increasing our internal pipeline. So those are things that we can control. We have our own Grow Your Own Teacher Pipeline program called CMS Teaching Residency. This most recent year past, we added core content area of exceptional children, general education, so that we can have more specialized EC teachers to serve our student population. This upcoming year, starting now, we're working to add additional core content areas like multilingual, which is an increased need that we're seeing among our student populations, in addition to some other core content areas. That way we can focus on really recruiting not only from within, because most of our pipeline for teaching residency comes from internal CMS staff, but it's also a very diverse pipeline that we have and that we're very proud of. The reason why I said that we're going extra innings is we have almost 40 recruitment events scheduled to take place in the next 80 days. So our recruitment team is really knocking it out of the park to do what they can to highlight CMS as an employer of choice, not only for teachers, but for a number of different positions that we hire for. It really takes a lot to run a school district. So we have positions all across the board, from teachers to drivers to IT to finance to, I mean, you name it, HR. And we all face the same challenges when it comes to staffing and keeping and recruiting people. I know I'm going to get the question later, so I'm just going to say it now about how many vacancies we have listed. As of today, we are showing about 219 teacher vacancies that are being currently advertised for. We also had some questions earlier this week about substitutes. We have a little over 1,525. It was specifically 1,527 when I pulled it earlier this week. So we are doing well. Our guest teacher program is still thriving. We have a lot of guest teachers spread throughout the district that are helping to support classrooms throughout the district. And that concludes my report about staffing. Thank you so much, and I'll turn it back over to Superintendent Dr. Frank Barnes. Dr. Frank Barnes. Oh, I messed up.
I'm gonna switch protocol real quick. Thank you. I got a little jumbled up in my notes. My nerves got the best of me, and I just want to make sure that I recognize two people that I left off. So I did talk about Danielle Belton. She is an amazing principal, so I want to correctly read her call out. Paul Creek Elementary Principal Danielle Belton, she was named the district's 22-23 Principal of the Year. Her school was featured in the Duke Energy recipe book, The Grassroots Garden, that was distributed to Duke Energy's 8.2 million customers for the holidays. I also want to say a very special thank you to our partnership with the Charlotte Executive Leadership Council. We are blessed to have 11 residents that are with us. We call them our executives in residence, and they are on loan from multiple corporations, including Ally Bank, Atrium Health, Bank of America, Central Piedmont College, Duke Energy, Novant Health, Rogers Builders, and Wells Fargo. Thank you so much for your ongoing support for our students, families, and our executive staff.